What kind of person is the Haruto that you knew, Ai-chan? Exactly the same person as the one you know now, Miharu asked hesitantly, gauging Aisha for her reaction. After a beat, Aisha responded quietly. Quote dot dot dot. Haruto is Haruto. Cowardly, with no confidence, trapped by his own past, and at a loss for what to do. Despite that, he's a strong person that tries to do the right thing and move forward. When Miharu heard the abstract description of Ryo's persona, she smiled rather sadly. You know so much about Haruto that I don't know. Maybe. But the Haruto that Miharu knows well exists, too. Really? Miharu tilted her head with uncertainty. Yeah. You just haven't realized it, Aisha declared confidently. Miharu's eyes widened in surprise before she smiled with amusement. Fufu, you speak with such confidence, Ai-chan. Quote dot dot dot. That's because I want Miharu to accept Haruto, Aisha said, fixing her gaze on Miharu. I see. Okay, Miharu ducked her head shyly before giving a small nod, then swiftly went back to cooking to hide her embarrassment. Are we done talking, then? Aisha asked. Why yeah. Sorry for asking something so weird. Miharu nodded with a smile. After that, their time cooking together went well. Then, just as they had nearly finished the dishes, Ryo appeared in the living room, immediately noticing the delicious scent wafting from the kitchen. Sorry, Miharu. Is this the lunch you prepared for me? Oh, and Aisha too, he said as he walked into the kitchen. When he spotted Miharu and Aisha sporting the same aprons together, his eyes widened faintly. Yes, we were just thinking about coming to call you, Haruto, Miharu replied with a smile. It's filled with appreciation and affection for Haruto, Aisha said monotonously. It was hard to tell whether Aisha was joking or saying that because she seriously believed it. Ahaha, we tried our best. Miharu grinned shyly without denying Aisha's words. Quote dot dot dot. Thank you very much. Both of you. Is that the smell of stew, by the way? Ryo thanked them with a little embarrassment, before changing the subject to the food prepared. Ah, yes. We're just about to start the omelette rice. Ryo's expression brightened happily at the mention of omelet. That sounds good. I was just in the mood for that. Miharu's special omelette rice. It's delicious, Aisha said, giving her stamp of approval. I don't think it warrants that much praise. Miharu muttered somewhat uncertainly. No, I really want to try Miharu's omelette rice, too, Ryo requested somewhat restlessly. Fufu, thank you. Please have a seat and wait there, Haruto. He really does seem to love omelette rice, just like Aisha said, Miharu thought with a giggle as she said about cooking. In a matter of minutes, the cooking was completed and the freshly made omelette rice was brought out to the table where Ryo was waiting, along with the other dishes Miharu and Aisha had made. Here you go, thank you very much. What about you two? Ryo looked up curiously at how they were still standing around after setting the table. I was hoping to hear your opinion first, Miharu said shyly. I see. Then I'll dig in while it's still hot. If you don't mind me. Sensing the situation at hand, Ryo took a bite of the omelette rice covered in stew rather shyly. As he chewed, the flavor of the soft-boiled egg mixed with the stew rushed into his mouth. The rice, mixed with the stew, tasted harmonious together. It's delicious. This is amazing, Ryo said, eyes widening like saucers. Miharu sighed with relief. Really, I'm glad. Omelette rice is actually the first dish my mother taught me how to cook. After making it so many times, it's secretly become my specialty dish, she said happily. I see, so that's how it is. But why is it a secret? Ahaha, I just haven't had any opportunity to make it for anyone outside of my family. Is that so? Satisfied, Ryo smiled with a... He said he'd teach me here in the square in the afternoon. If you guys finish early, I'll ask him to spar with me, too, Arslan said with a grin. It's been a long time since I've faced Oni-chan in a match. I think I'll ask him too, Latifa said, giggling happily. Today, I'll be asking Sarah to face me for the first time in a few days. Vera seemed to have her mind set on sparring with her sister. Aki watched Latifa and Vera closely. Even though the two of them look just like normal girls my age, they're already taking lessons to become warriors. Aren't they scared? She wondered to herself. What's wrong, Aki? Vera asked, noticing her expression. I was just thinking about how everyone's training like warriors already, even though you're my age. You all went through the same initiation as Misato and still wanted to fight, right? Aki voiced the thoughts that had been floating around in